So, welcome back to another Crazy but True Stories. I'm Doug Smith. So, how many of you have run into one of these new fucking feminists? I've got two stories for you. The first one takes place while they were both, I guess, 3 years ago. The first one was while I was on a flight from Charlotte, North Carolina to LA. And, so anyway, I'm at Charlotte Douglas Airport, and I board the aircraft, go find my seat, and sit down. And this young woman walks up. I figure she's probably between 23 and 27 would be my guess. But she walks up and she says, "Nice man spread." What? The fuck is that? It's like, well, thanks, I guess, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. So, I'm sitting there, and she sits down. Turns out she has a seat next to mine. And she's all, she's real huffy, real bitchy, and she goes on and says, why do you have to sit with your legs spread? I said, well, because I have these things called testicles and a penis. I said, they get in the way. You kind of have to sit with your legs spread so that you don't hurt yourself. She gets an attitude and everything. And I said, well, I can sit with my legs closed if you want. So I stand up and I pull my junk up into my lap. And she gets all offended and everything. And she calls the flight attendant over. And she asks to be reseated. A flight attendant tells her, look, you have an assigned seat, you're stuck here. And she's all, well, why does he have to sit with his legs spread? And I just absolutely love this flight attendant. She looks at this woman and says, well, men have these things called testicles, and they have to sit with, she explains it to her. And I was just like sitting there, I was just like, that was awesome. I was sitting there laughing, and flight attendant walks away, and then this stupid bitch looks at me and says, well, I guess I'm a cunt. Like I said, well, at least you're aware of it. Didn't say another word to her the whole flight. Listen to my iPod, listen to Slayer. And so that was the end of that. While I'm in California, I actually can't remember if I was actually in San Diego at the time that this happened or if it happened while I was in Palm Springs. But I'm walking down the street, and here in the South, you wave to every car that goes by. You say hello or wave to people that are walking by. You just, you're friendly, and it's just the way that it's always been here. I mean, even when I was a kid, when we come out here and visit my mother's family, we'd be driving down the road and everybody's waving and stuff, and I'd be like, Mom, do you know them? She's like, no. I'm like, well, why are they waving? I had grown up in California, and she's like, well, everybody's just real friendly out here. And I was like, wow, that's pretty cool, like you have one big giant family. So anyway, that's where I came from. That's where I live now. That's what I'm used to. So I'm out in California, and I'm walking down the road, and I see this young lady. She couldn't have been more than 20. I say hello as I'm walking past her, and this bitch yells rape as loud as she can. I mean, I'm so shocked. I look and I'm like freaking out. I'm like, what in the fuck are you talking about? Of course, she draws a big crowd of, lots of attention. And I said, all I did was say hello to you. And she yells rape again. And I was like, what in the fuck is wrong with this bitch? Well, about this time, one of the white knights, always got to be some guy who defends women regardless of whether they're right or wrong or just fucking stupid. He comes up and making threats and everything. I said, look, man, all I did was say hello to this stupid bitch. At that point I was pissed off. I don't hold back when I'm pissed, and I won't, my language changes quite a bit. And so anyway, and by this time, there's probably about 5 or 6 people starting to gather around, and he gets to the point where he's building himself up, and he's starting to get to the point where he's making threats, and that's where I'm just like, if you want to do something, fucking do it. Don't be afraid. Just spin the wheel, see what happens. And she yells rape again. I looked at her and I looked her dead in her fucking eyes. I said, "Bitch, I should drag your ass around to the back of this building and show you what fucking rape is." And that was about that point that the guy, the white knight, started getting real huffy and everything. And I just grabbed him and I said, "Look, man, if you're gonna do something, do it." And I pushed him back. I said, "Go ahead, do what you got to do." It's about that time my buddy walks up. He comes up and stands behind me, and I'm still kind of also explaining to the crowd what actually transpired. I said, "Look, I'm walking down the street. All I did was say hello to this stupid bitch." And you got one guy saying, "Well, just go," and other people trying to make threats and everything. I was like, well, "Fucking come on!" I knew I had my buddy behind me. He's a eighth degree black belt in Kempo Karate. He's Sifu Steve from the Brown Dragon School of Karate in Spring Valley. And but anyway, they ended up not doing anything, and we just kept on. We walked on and did our thing. But this new feminism, this is a cancer. It is a fucking cancer. These women don't want equal rights because they already have equal rights. But I actually not even really sure what they want. Besides changing words and ending fucking microaggressions or whatever the fuck that is. To me, a microaggression is me just slapping you instead of putting my fucking boot heel to your head. You know. I don't know. I guess I'm old, whatever. Uh, but I'm not gonna. I won't be putting up with these fucking idiots like this. You can call me a dumbass redneck. I really don't care. Uh, you can call me a racist or a bigot or what's the word they use for men? Uh, hell, I can't remember right now. But anyway, yeah, these people are idiots. My mother went through a real struggle, in the '60s for her, women's rights, um, and they won. They didn't happen overnight. I can tell you that. I still recall as a child seeing men slap women on the ass, uh, women not getting paid the same for the same job, things like that. I remember that. And so, and from what I see now, that's not the case. Really is not the case. What you see is a disproportionate number of women doing jobs that are less dangerous than men and not getting paid as much. That's what I see. You go out there and put your life on the line. Yeah, you should probably get paid a little more. Um, but this is just my take on it. I try to stay out of stupid shit like that. To me, it's all bullshit and it's bad for you. To quote George Carlin, politics. It's all bullshit and it's all bad for you. So, well, y'all take care. Have a good one, and just be cool, man. Try to be cool. Wave to people. Smile. Do the right thing. Laters.